Togarepi. Madam Speaker, I stand before this House as Pupurai Togarepi, the MP for Gutu South, representing those who voted for me and those who didn't vote for me. I am their representative. So when I am here, I speak on their behalf because they know I am their MP. Madam Speaker, I am not only Pupurai Togarepi, I fought in the liberation struggle.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Madam Speaker, ma'am. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order and the Gunyebe.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, point of order. Why Zanu PF? On a point of order, Madam Speaker. Why Zanu PF? On a point of order, Madam Speaker. Why Zanu? He was born in 1965. He never stood for the war. He was a Mujimba.
Point of order. Mujimba anakurwa hondo. May we have order in the house. May we have order in the house. Order, please. Madam Speaker, I know my presentation is going to be interjected by honorable members from the other side. I would be very happy through those mishaps that this discussion will be allowed to go into the Hansard. But, Madam Speaker, when you see people exhibiting,
I want to make it straight.
When you see members exhibiting ignorance of the Constitution, they don't know that Mujimba was a
point of order. Point of order.
You do expect them to understand and not mislead the House. That's the point.
Point of privilege.
Honorable Makumire, please may you leave the House. Leave the House. You are disturbing the smooth running of this House. Please leave. Leave the House. Leave the House. Leave the House.
Madam Speaker.
Leave the House, Honorable Makumire. Leave the House.
Buddha Ropa. Madam Speaker. Buddha Ropa.
Honorable Makumire, leave the House.
Buddha Ropa. They leave the House.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, point of order. Madam Speaker, point of order. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Makumire, leave the House.
The House. And this is Buddha Munom.
Buddha,
There is a Buddha Ropa, Buddha. Do Buddha. What are the reasons?
Noisy. Root is the Buddha.
Madam Speaker, Mahachi will be a good disturb. I Mahachi and Buddha. Iwe Mahachi, Buddha, leave the house. Imbo Buddha iwewe. Sierra Pap.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Gafugame.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order.
What is your point of order?
Maita basa mbatu wechigaro. Mbatu wechigaro. Mbatu wechigaro. Ndikuona rolling ya mapa kuti Honorable Makumere vabude panze. Asi turikuona zvekare kuti divi rekuku Honorable Mahachi vari kunyatsobuda pachena vachishandisa mic kudzinga kana kupopota vachishaudha vanhu kusaidi kuno. Ngazvienzaniswe mukubata basa renyu makagara pachepa.
Zvona mangwana.
Mazvita vakangozvita chero ndakazviona ndovaburitsa.
Raita futi.
Honorable Togarepi. Madam Speaker, I rise to give my strongest and unequivocal support to clause 4, 5, and 9 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 3. These provisions extend the presidential and parliamentary cycles from 5 to 10 years and streamline succession arrangements. They are not about entrenchment, but about stability, peace, and delivery. Madam Speaker, Clause 4 amends Section 95 to extend the term of office of the President and Vice President from 5 years to 7 years, with a new subsection confirming that this applies to the continuation in office of the President. Clause 5 simplifies Section 100 on the acting President, removing unnecessary duplication. Clause 9 extends the duration of Parliament from 5 years to 7 years. Honorable members, Madam Speaker, one thing that we should look at one point around 2008, if I am not wrong, Parliament reduced its term. And people were very happy and nobody raised a finger or any complaint about that. So Parliament can also extend its term, and it should not give any person sleepless nights. Madam Speaker, the suggestion that MPs, I heard some in the media and some who were debating here, that MPs should never benefit from laws they pass is a misunderstanding of how representative government works. Every law we make affects citizens. MPs are citizens too. If the test is, does the law benefit any MP, then almost no one could vote on anything. Take a lawyer MPs who are here. When the Legal Practitioners Act is amended to update fees or professional conduct rules, lawyer MPs benefit. But so does every lawyer in Zimbabwe. That is not corruption, it is representation. The same applies to farmers. We have farmer MPs here. If anything comes to this house relating to farmers, will we tell farmers to get out until we get the result of the vote? We have business people here who are MPs. If we are coming up with a law that touches business, are we going to tell all business people to leave? What we are looking for is the expertise that is found in those people. And we should give them an opportunity to give us direction. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, we will end up having laws done by people who have no orientation, who know nothing about certain areas. If we exclude everyone with a stake, we end up with a parliament of outsiders, making rules about industry they have never worked in. That produces unworkable laws. Madam Speaker, the real issue is not whether MPs have a general interest in the subject, but whether the benefit is exclusive, is secret, or targeted at them personally. That is where corruption lies. And our safeguards already exist. Disclosure, when we come into Parliament, we disclose our interest. And the judgment of our voters. If we do anything that is untoward, when we go back for re-elections, our people will discard us. So safeguards are there. Transparency and election are better checks than a blanket rule that treats all personal benefits as corruption. On the other matter, Madam Speaker, let us be clear. Term length is not term limit. We have lawyers here, some of great reputation that I've been following as a citizen. I'm sorry, I will mention people like Honorable Gumbo here. They must be honest people, honest lawyers, like Honorable Mutoni here is a good lawyer. When they debate here, they must be honest, interpret the law as lawyers, not as political animals. So, Section 91...
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Section 91, subsection 2 of the Constitution still keeps the President at 2 terms.
Order, Honorable Togarepi. What's your point of order, Honorable?
Madam Speaker, I am a very respected lawyer in this country. You can't cast aspersions by suggesting that we are debating dishonestly. He is casting aspersions on my professional capacity by saying we were debating dishonestly.
Honorable Gumbo, that's a point of debate.
It's not a point of debate. He's saying we must debate.
You were given your time yesterday and you debated. Allow Honorable Togarepi to debate.
You must clarify what he means there.
Madam Speaker, I think...
Order, Honorable Gumbo.
He may not have gotten me in the correct context. But if you feel offended by what I said, I just said we have lawyers here. When they look at legal issues presented in this bill, they must help those who are non-lawyers to understand these things. Not because he is a bad lawyer. No, I haven't said that. I said I follow you with keen interest as a good lawyer. Only maybe Honorable Madziwanyika, who pretends to be one, but him is a lawyer.
On a point of order. On a point of order.
What's your point of order, Honorable Madziwanyika?
Madam Speaker, Order 90. Madam Speaker, Order 98 2D of our standing rules and orders. This is against an honorable member who speaks vulgar or disrespectful to other honorable members. The honorable member indicates that Honorable Madziwanyika pretends. I don't pretend, I'm a legislator. Thank you, Madam Chair. He must withdraw.
Honorable Madziwanyika, and this corner patukwa mono. And this corner patukwa mono, Honorable Madziwanyika.
I come to represent the people, I don't pretend. And I'm representing the people as such. So he must withdraw that I'm pretending. I'm not a pretending honorable member here. That's not correct.
Order, Honorable Madziwanyika.
Yes.
Order.
Madam Speaker,
You may continue, Honorable Togarepi.
Okay, Madam Speaker, let me continue. Madam Speaker, it is important to recall that Zimbabwe's parliamentary cycle has not always been 5 years. At independence, the Constitution provided for the presidential term.
On a point of privilege. Madam Speaker, ma'am, I'm not trying to disrupt. Actually, I was going to earn my end of point of privilege. I would suggest to add 5 minutes more to the government chief whip. Actually, I wanted to say, on this side, we never planned to disrupt the government chief whip. We know the stature and the respect that is accorded to the government chief whip, though we disagree with the amendment bill. But I appeal to Honorable Government Chief Whip not to provoke our members so that they will react. And I also suggest that you give him more 5 minutes. And we are not disrupting him, but he should also lead by example. We want to hear, because he represents the main views of the movers of the bill, and we want to prepare our response accordingly.
Thank you, Honorable
He is not going to continue provoking honorable members from this side.
Thank you, Honorable Amauswa. Honorable Togarepi.
Madam Speaker, when I started my debate, I referred myself as a participant in the liberation struggle. 1980, immediately when we got our independence, we had a constitution. That constitution spoke to how we were going to elect members of parliament, even those who were going to lead the executive. Members of parliament were chosen using proportional representation. The president or the prime minister was elected, who was the leader of government, using the same mode. So we are not departing, or we are not inventing a wheel. We are just going back. So when people talk about one man, one vote, I find it may be a misinterpretation. Because one man, one vote only says, if I am supposed to vote, I should not be denied, I should not be given lesser voting power. Each one must be able to vote.
Point of order.
When
Point of
we
order,
are
Madam
voting at a certain stage.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, can I be allowed? That's when I will start provoking them.
Point of order. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable?
Ndida kutenda batu wechigaro. Patakambo debate isu takanzi kana uchinge wakota unobva wanotudza pauri kutora. Ndenge ndiri kukumbira kuti government chief ipe vatiudze kuti definition yavo ye one man one vote vari kuitora pai yatinoziva nevari kutaura hazvisi kuenderana saka ngavatiudze kuti iyi yangu ndaitora pakati ndatenda
Honorable. Order, Honorable. Ingowani mese makadebate regai umwe neumwe adebate nepaanonzwisisa napo according to the statement. Maita basa. You may continue, Honorable.
Take it again. One man, one vote doesn't mean voting for the president. It only means you can vote where you are supposed to vote. It's like I vote for my councillor in my constituency.
Honorable members, may you allow Honorable Togarepi to be heard in silence, please. Please. Order, Honorable Member. You may continue.
I vote for my councillor, and my councillor goes to the city council and vote for my mayor. I have my right to vote for the councillor, but I don't have the right to vote for the mayor. But it has not taken away my right to vote. So, when we come here, what we are doing now is to amend the constitution. Let me say, the laws are made by rulers. They are not made by those who are supposed to be ruled. Madam Speaker, we are here in Parliament. Both political parties went to an election, pushing to win elections, specifically to deal with lawmaking. And they would want to make these laws to ensure that they govern well.
On the point of order, Madam Chair. On the point of order, Madam Chair.
Order, Honorable Togarepi. What's your point of order, Honorable?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I heard the Honorable Togarepi saying he's a liberation war fighter. Honorable Togarepi was born in 1968, Madam Chair. And he was 12 years at independence.
Order, Honorable Mazivanyika, order.
No, Madam Chair, I'm entitled to continue to...
Order, Honorable Mazivanyika.
I'm entitled.
Order, Honorable Mazivanyika.
Let me finish my point of order. Madam Chair,
Garepa, Honorable Mazivanyika.
At independence he was 12. So
Honorable Mazivanyika, Garepa. That's unprocedural, Honorable Mazivanyika. No.
Madam Speaker, my honorable member is a fervent player on the social media. So he's taking social media to be facts. I was born much before 1968. Madam Speaker, what I am saying here now is that we are here as Zimbabweans. The reason why we fought to liberate ourselves was to be able to rule ourselves. We only rule ourselves if we have made laws that we feel are good for our people. So in this house, we make laws. Interpretation of the laws will deal
On a point of
dealt
order,
with
Madam Speaker.
by lawyers. But here we make laws as
point of order, Madam
political
Speaker.
representatives.
On a point of order, Madam Speaker. On a point of order, Madam Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I am rising on Rule 65. The rules of Parliament is that, and according to the timekeepers, a person is supposed to debate for 20 minutes. The Honorable Government Chief Whip has been debating for the past 26 minutes. So I think his time is lapsed and he must stop debating.
Order, Honorable. Honorable, order. Robasa rema officers varapa vari kuchengeta time. Kana yakwana vanongotudza. Kana yakwana vanongotudza.
Point of order.
Order, honorable members.
Point of order.
Continue, Honorable Togarepi.
Madam Speaker, so I would want to emphasize that before I go to the last two sections, that we, as a member of Parliament representing the people of Gutu South, who have sent me to say we would want to increase the term of the president to 7 years and that of MPs. And the MPs that we have chosen must go and vote for the president. I agreed with them because we all know as members of Parliament that it will be very simple. 270 people or 360 people voting. There won't be all those lies of being cheated. There won't be all those expenses and acrimonies. We will finish this in a few minutes.
Point of order, Madam Chair. Point of order, Madam Chair.
What's your point of order, Honorable Matswanyiga?
Madam Chair, we are honorable members of Parliament. We are honorable members of Parliament. And we cannot be prejudiced while we are watching. He is now debating for the 31st minute instead of the Gazette 20 minutes. We can't keep quiet waiting for you to pronounce yet we are being disadvantaged. So we cannot, he must sit down. His time up, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Matswanyiga.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, ma'am, I want to second. Madam Speaker, ma'am, I want to second Honorable Amausawa Tipo my time away what 0 in 5 minutes.
Object.
Honorable Togarepi. 1 minute, Honorable Togarepi.
Point of
Madam
order.
Chair, Madam Chair, I objected.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Which
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
We have objected here.
Point of order. Point of order, Madam Speaker, ma'am. Madam Speaker, ma'am.
Right, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I didn't debate in this house.
Madam Speaker,
I don't know. So how many minutes are you giving?
He never debated.
Honorable Chief Whip, I think the officers are the one who are keeping the time.
He never debated. All the time was taken
Madam
by
Chair.
the opposite.
Madam Chair, in enough debate now. Must sit down. Our time is not elastic. In enough debate now in the same issue. You must face what is good for the good and good for the bad.
Honorable
You must face
Matswanyiga,
the consequences.
garai pasi, Honorable Matswanyiga, tikubetsirwa nema-officers arapa. Aiwa, garai pasi.
Pane injury time, bhora richitambwa pane injury time, mavatorera nguva iyi. Yeah, it has to be subtracted.
Mbappe.
For 5 minutes, ndadziverenga ini.
Ndimbe kuti president Mbambe futi ke.
Munorifarira stereke.
Waita basa clerk. Wataura kuti 37 minutes.
Madam Speaker, can I be allowed to do my 5 minutes? Vavana ime hamusi kutonga hivi.
Order, honorable members.
Okay.
5 minutes left, Honorable Togarepi.
On a point of order. Point of order. On a point.
Pupurai is fair. Is that?
On a point of order. On a point.
Madam Speaker, let me some
Point of order. A point of order, Madam Chair.
Honorable Madzivanyika.
Yes.
Ayo ndikukumbira garai pasi honorable.
Madzivanyika. Madam Chair,
ndikukumbira garai pasi honorable. Time yavo yakawanda yapedzwa.
Madzivanyika.
Saka ayo honorable Madzivanyika. Ndikukumbira garai pasi.
It's a point of order.
Garai pasi honorable Madzivanyika.
It's a point of order. Unless you want to reject me for raising a point of order.
Garai pasi honorable Madzivanyika. Garai pasi honorable Madzivanyika.
Right,
Garai pasi honorable Madzivanyika.
Madam Speaker, I want to touch on 2 issues.
On a point of order, Madam Chair. Because a point of order suspends all business. It suspends all business, Madam Chair.
Point of order.
The honorable member said we are we are not a partner in Parliament.
Point of order, Madam.
We can only allow him to proceed.
Now withdrawn. Madam Speaker, I want
withdraw honorable Madzivanyika. Honorable Togarepi. Chiita igaga 5 minutes dzekitsipeni.
Madam Speaker, the issue of gender commission. Madam Speaker, I want to say I have no problem us keeping the gender commission. But I want to put things into perspective. The reason why a government is proposing that we put it under human rights. Gender issues are human rights issues. Any other right that we have can be administered under human rights. But because stakeholders representing women say they would want gender, which is actually not representing women, but men and women. They want to keep it. Maybe in future change it to be Women's Commission. I am not sure. But let me say, I have no problem in us supporting that. But I would want, Madam Speaker, in a very short way, talk about the issue of traditional leaders. Allow me to read, and I will read fast. Traditional leaders are citizens first before they are traditional leaders. They should not be denied political rights. Madam Speaker, the proposal to repeal Section 281, subsection 2 of the Constitution, which restricts the political rights of traditional leaders, is both fair and necessary. Our traditional leaders are citizens first, and as citizens, they are entitled to the full enjoyment of political rights guaranteed under Section 67 of the Constitution. What we should know is, before we brought the westernized leadership of this country, our traditional leaders were the leaders of this country. King Lubengula, they are signing between this country and the British. Our traditional leaders are being arrested for their political rights. But if they insist, we may give them. But I am sure one day when we have another leadership in this parliament, they will give traditional leaders their rights. It is a right that they have. We went around as members of parliament, and you count maybe 5 or less who said, as traditional leaders, we don't want this to be involved in politics. Members of parliament must not be afraid of traditional leaders, because they will take up their constituencies. They are Zimbabweans, they have rights, political rights as well. Allow them to be politicians if they choose to. Madam Speaker, because I was not allowed by my fellow honorable members to go through my submission, I pray that it be allowed to find its way into the Hansard. And yes.
Thank you, Honorable Togarepi. The next honorable member.